we're not here to buy toys. That was my limit. And I said, we need to get moving. And I just started walking. Now, fortunately, she walked with me. Okay? So changing your location can really help in a lot of these things. My friend Carrie went on a field trip with her kids' class. So she told the kids that she had her job was one of the parents who has assigned a group of kids to watch. Well, this is probably a teacher's nightmare, but what she told the kids is, I really have trouble keeping track of kids, so you need to keep track of me. Now, what's the difference there? And now all of a sudden, the kids are like, they're watching for her. The teacher did look at her very strangely, had a little conversation. Carrie says, I'll watch him, it'll be okay. But they ended up, the kids, she didn't have trouble with kids running away because they were afraid that that she would lose them. So it's that whole thing of putting kids in a different mindset and making them think about their actions. So now they're thinking about where am I going, instead of her having to run after them, they're having to think, where is it that I'm going to, because I don't want to lose her. When I see this in my family right now with my little preschooler, Alex, who I said is 2.5, is she's a tantrum thrower. And she doesn't throw them very often. And probably your kids are the same way when they get really tired and they're in a kind of an unusual situation. And it's almost wanting to be clingy. That her mom is very good about leaving the situation. Her dad wants to protect her, and he'll want to stay there. So they've really had to work with, and do you think that 2.5-year-old knows that? She knows it immediately. So she doesn't have her focus on what mom's doing because she knows mom's going to go away. So it's really the dad that has to work on removing himself. So the mom can sit in the room and make sure she's safe and just kind of read and do something. Dad has to leave. The minute dad leaves, tantrum is usually over. Now, it didn't happen the first time because they're going to test you. If I scream louder, can I get him to come back? That's their mind because she's got maybe on a lot of tension for screaming loud. So this is all kind of experimenting. They're experimenting and you're experimenting too to see what kind of reactions you can get. So another natural consequence is to change the location of the offending object. Did I do the change the your location? Yeah. So you got your kids leave their big wheel out in your neighbor's yard. Uh-oh. And you take the big wheel and it goes away for a while. If they won't share a toy with their friends that come over, that offending toy can be removed and taken out of the situation. So you take the toy, the consequence being just take whatever's